All right, let's get right into it. Welcome to this explainer, where we take complex source material and break it down into clear, structured facts so you can easily grasp the whole picture. Today, we're opening up the files on a truly baffling true crime case out of Rajasthan, India, from back in 2003. This is a story of meticulous planning, unbelievable cruelty, and honestly, the incredible power of forensic science. We're going to analyze the forensic evidence and walk through the chilling timeline that ultimately led to a confession in what the killers absolutely believed was a perfect crime. So, here's the big question we're tackling today. How exactly does a single piece of wire solve a perfect crime? I mean, picture this. Imagine investigators standing over a body that has been completely mutilated and deliberately burned to erase literally all traces of its identity. We're talking no fingerprints, no recognizable face, no wallet, nothing. It's an absolute dead end, right? Yet, as we're about to see, one tiny medical anomaly, a microscopic breadcrumb left behind in the victim's skull, completely unraveled the entire mystery.
Section 1. The Gruesome Discovery. April 28, 2003.
Okay, so, late that afternoon, a frantic, anonymous call comes into the Sagawar police station. The caller reports a horrifying discovery near the dry bed of the Banas River, and then they just abruptly hang up. When police arrive, what they find is, well, it's chilling. Right at Pillar 11, they discover a severed human head, and the killer had intentionally and brutally burned the face. This was clear evidence of premeditation, obviously designed to make identification impossible. But wait, it gets worse. About 2 kilometers away, locals start reporting a foul smell coming from a well. So using an iron hook, police pull up this bundle tied in bedsheets. Inside was the rest of the victim, a headless, severely mutilated torso. The autopsy quickly confirmed the horrifying truth. The burned head and the torso absolutely belonged to the exact same person.
Section 2. A vital forensic clue.
So now the police are stuck with a completely unidentifiable body, and there are 0 missing persons reports in the area. But, investigations often pivot on the smallest, most unexpected details. During the autopsy, the medical examiner found something. Just embedded under the victim's left eye was a small steel wire, which indicated a past facial surgery to repair a broken cheekbone. They also found a traditional sacred mully thread tied around the right wrist. On May 3rd, the police released these specific details to the local press. They're just hoping someone somewhere is going to recognize them. And this seemingly insignificant surgical wire, it was about to become the master key to the whole puzzle.
Section 3. Tracing the medical records.
Now let's shift gears. About 120 kilometers away in the marble hub of Kishangarh, there's a wealthy marble businessman named Bhavani Shankar Sharma. His parents haven't seen him for over a week. On the morning of May 4th, his anxious father, Durga Prasad, is reading the local newspaper. He sees the police description of the unidentified body, and specifically, he zeroes in on that detail about the steel wire under the left eye and the molly thread on the right wrist. The teacup literally slips from his hands. See, 11 years prior, his son Bhavani had been in a bad accident that shattered his cheekbone, and it required a very specific facial surgery. The father knew right then and there that unidentifiable body was his missing son.
Durga Prasad doesn't hesitate. He goes straight to the police. And to prove the identity, he directs them to the exact surgeon who performed the operation 11 years ago, a Dr. Shiv Shankar Saha at Sir Ganga Ram Hospital in Delhi. Talk about a turning point. This completely shifted the investigation from a frustrating dead end to a highly targeted search. The police contact the doctor, and he verifies the father's story.
And here is where we get the undeniable proof. The doctor tells the police that he was actually the only specialist in the entire country performing this specific steel wire procedure. In fact, in the whole state of Rajasthan, he had only ever performed this surgery on exactly 3 patients. So police tracked down the other 2 individuals, both of them alive and well. By simple process of elimination, the victim is definitively confirmed to be Bhavani Shankar Sharma.
Section 4. Breaking the suspects.
Okay, so with the body identified, the big question is, who did it? Down at the police station, the atmosphere is incredibly tense, but investigators notice a really stark contrast. While Bhavani's family is weeping uncontrollably, his wife, Nidhi, is just standing there, completely emotionless. And things unravel fast. When police present a bloody shirt found at the scene, the family completely breaks down. Nidhi? She just stares. The police start digging and learn the couple had constant marital disputes, and get this, Nidhi had even calmly locked her house before heading to the station. Highly suspicious, right? Suspecting she's involved, the police bring in her brother, who apparently argued with Bhavani a lot, and they apply immense psychological pressure on him in a separate room. Seeing her brother about to take the fall and crack under the pressure, Nidhi's cold demeanor finally shatters. She breaks down and confesses to the murder.
Section 5, the premeditated horror. Now, just a quick warning as we move into this next part. The details of this premeditated nightmare are pretty chilling.
This wasn't a crime of sudden passion at all. It was incredibly calculated. Nidhi confessed that she believed her husband was having affairs, even though she had zero proof of this, and she was paranoid he would leave his business and property to his parents. So she enlists Bhavani's driver and friend, a guy named Ashok, promising to pay off his car loans in exchange for his help. Here's how it went down. Step 1. Nidhi spikes her husband's juice with sleeping pills. Step 2. Ashok attacks the unconscious Bhavani with an axe 10 to 15 times, and when he's somehow still clinging to life, strikes his neck. Step 3. Nidhi herself takes a knife and slowly decapitates her husband. She actually caught 3 to 4 liters of his blood in a plastic jerry can just to avoid a mess. Step 4. After they failed to burn the body in their basement, she took the severed head upstairs and literally roasted it on her kitchen gas stove to destroy his facial features. It's just unbelievable.
Section 6, the chilling diary entries. As horrific as that confession was, police found something during a search of the house that really corroborated the deep rot in this marriage. They found a hidden diary belonging to Bhavani, and an entry from nearly a full year before the murder reads, May 15, 2002, Nidhi is pressing for a divorce. I found out she told the maid to lock my 2 children inside the house. This really reveals the prolonged mental torture he was enduring. Nidhi had been repeatedly threatening him with false police cases and demanding he completely shut down his business.
But this next entry from June 4th, it's an absolute emotional gut punch. He wrote, I fear I am being poisoned. I don't know what she mixes in my food. Nowadays, my tongue stammers. Bhavani knew his life was in danger. He knew he was being slowly poisoned by his own wife. And yet, as the records strongly suggest, he endured all of this silently. He refused to leave the house simply for the sake of protecting his 2 young, innocent children.
And here's the detail that really sticks with you. The investigators noted a really tragic reality on the final pages of Bhavani's diary. The pages were warped with dried water stains. Police and prosecutors firmly believed that these were Bhavani's tears, shed as he wrote about this inescapable nightmare he was living in. Ultimately, these tear-stained diary entries became ironclad evidence in court against his wife.
Section 7, Justice and the Aftermath. Thanks to that distinctive surgical wire and the discovery of his hidden diary, the court handed down swift justice. They sentenced both Nidhi and Ashok to life in prison.
But I want to leave you with a final, pretty provocative thought about the dark irony of where things stand today. Just this year in 2024, 21 years after that horrific night, Nidhi Sharma completed her life sentence and was released from prison as a free citizen. But the destructive legacy of this crime, it is absolutely not over. Right now, she is reportedly back in civil court, legally fighting her own children, the very same children Bhavani stayed to protect, just to seize control of the exact same property she murdered her husband for 2 decades ago. It really makes you wonder, when does a crime like this ever truly end? Thanks for joining me on this deep dive, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.